Hello.
Okay, back.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're the people that annoy me a bit.
Yeah.
I went and had a look at the 10 most hated celebrities, and it really surprised me.
Oh, okay, go on then. I'm
Like,
interested.
number one completely surprises me.
Yeah.
Like, if I start with people that are not on this list,
Right.
Robin Thicke isn't on this list.
Alright.
You remember the Blurred Lines guy?
Yeah, he's annoying, but I wouldn't put him on my most annoying list.
Kanye West isn't on this list.
What?
Yeah. Chris Brown isn't on this list.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, we're talking convicted woman beating.
Yeah, I don't like that he. You know what? Okay, I get people make mistakes and shit like that, but
Yeah, but knocking a girl all around the front room, that is more than a mistake.
Exactly. And
he shouldn't have been allowed to make music anymore.
Well, this is the thing. I mean, it's a very difficult subject because do we draw the line at playing his music on radios and music videos and stuff like that? Because he is a convicted felon or whatever you want to call him.
Yeah.
But I don't like how it's kind of brushed over and he's now this, you know.
Yeah, it was brushed over very quick.
Yeah, I don't like that. Okay, carry on.
And Jaden Smith isn't on this list.
Oh, he's annoying.
He's very annoying.
Yeah.
I mean, have you read some of his tweets?
Yeah, they're hilarious.
They're fucking mental, aren't they?
Yeah.
How can a mirror not be real if our eyes are not real? What the fuck are you on? Seriously.
No, but that is funny though. Seriously.
I mean, he's friends with Justin Bieber as well. I mean, can you imagine a conversation? I mean, when all the cameras are turned off between Jaden Smith and Justin Bieber.
I try to think. I mean, I'd love to be a fly on the wall, to be honest.
But... And do you know another one that I've never liked is Will Smith?
Yeah, I know you mentioned that in a previous video, didn't you? Not a big fan of his.
I mean,
you're not a big fan of his.
No, like I just find him annoying.
Yeah, there's not really been anything I think he's done recently that I've thought, well, ever really, to be honest. I'm not a massive fan of his, but I don't think there's anything that I've sat there and gone, do you know what? He deserved a bloody good Oscar for that or whatever. It just, you know, everything's kind of just mediocre. Like Leonardo DiCaprio, I think he's been owed one for fucking ages. I thought he's been in some bloody good films, and I don't feel like he was recognised for that.
No, I mean there's at least 5 films out there. I mean Titanic for one. You know, Gangs of New York, Inception. You know, so many films that wouldn't probably have been as good if it didn't have him in the lead role.
Yeah. The Wolf
and
of
Tom
Wall
Hanks
Street,
is another one.
I absolutely loved that film. I thought it was fantastic.
I've still not seen that.
Oh,
actually.
It's so good. But I don't know whether that's Oscar worthy or whatever. But it was a bloody good film.
Yeah, and I mean Tom Hanks is another one.
Really? Has he not?
I mean he probably has, but I mean he deserves more.
He's fuck it. He ain't done a film for 5 years, but he deserves one.
Well, he does. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, I've not seen. Is it The Revenant or whatever it's called that he won the Oscar for? I've not seen it, but everyone, even like anyone that hadn't seen that film, still said that's all right because he deserved it for so many more.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same for like Tom Hanks. I mean, if he did a really shit film, but yet he got an Oscar for it, everyone would say, "Oh, it's all right," because he deserved it for Castaway and Apollo 13 and 20 other films.
He's done Philadelphia, one that just springs out, doesn't it? Really.
I think he may have won something for that because I do vaguely remember seeing on the front like winner of something.
Bloody better have done.
Yeah, he's a bloody good actor.
He is
all right,
good actor.
10 most hated celebrities.
Okay, go.
Number 10. I mean, I don't even know which deranged daughter this is, but Kris Jenner. I'm assuming that's one of them.
Kris Jenner? Isn't that the mother?
Yeah. Is it? I don't know.
So.
This really, really surprises me. I mean, maybe she's got a history of like something really dodgy, but number 9 is Anne Hathaway.
Really?
Yeah.
Why Anne Hathaway?
I mean, and she's another one that I think deserves every award she can get. Her as Catwoman. Amazing. And her in, I mean I didn't like the film at all, but her performance in Les Miserables was brilliant.
Yeah, no, that was good.
But she must have done something to piss someone off. Number 8 is Justin Bieber.
Yeah,
obviously. Number 7 is Madonna. I get that. I mean she's another one that I see as just sort of like a 60/70-year-old version of Lady Gaga now. I mean, she used to be someone, and yet now she's not. Difference with Madonna is that she's got like a 30-year career behind her, and yet she still sees it reasonable to whop a tit out now and again. She doesn't need to do it. She's talented.
No.
And yet, number 6, I mean, I don't particularly know much of him, but it's a guy called Matt Lauer. He's like an American guy. No. Number 5, I mean, I've heard stories about this person. I've always particularly liked her because I loved her character in Grey's Anatomy. But it's the actress Katherine Heigl.
Oh, I quite like her. She does quite a few comedy things, doesn't she?
Yeah, I mean, I really like her. Yeah. She comes across as really nice, but then again, she's an actress. Apparently, I mean, she left Grey's Anatomy very abruptly.
Yeah.
It's always hurt dearly because I loved her character, and then she just went. She was apparently kicked off the show.
Oh, really?
Because she was so demanding. Oh. And I think she was another one that sort of boycotted an award show because she believed she should have got the award and she wasn't even nominated. And, she has loads of demands and things like that. And that's why she wasn't sort of called back for the next season of Grey's. And apparently, like, she was called any director's worst nightmare because she's just horrible to work with, apparently. Yeah. Number 4 is John Mayer.
I only know of him because he went out with Jennifer Aniston.
Rachel, yeah. Her name's Rachel, let's be honest.
Okay.
Number 3, I mean, I sort of see this as another sort of Madonna in the making. That's Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, I don't like that she keeps acting. I wish she'd stop with that.
You mean in films or in general?
No, in films.
Yeah, I mean, like, I like a lot of her old stuff, like Waiting for Tonight. If you put that on, I'm gonna break shit down and I'm gonna boogie. Oh, God. Like, it's a good song. But, her last album, she had a song with Iggy Azalea called Big Big Booty. I mean, it ain't gonna be remembered, is it?
No, probably not. I don't think she's done anything. Well, I am not a fan of her or her.
Yeah, I mean, she's never done anything substantial, but she's done stuff that you can't help but like that On the Floor and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. For its genre, it's sort of pretty good. But I mean, the stuff that she does now, I mean, not that I've watched it, but the last sort of episode of American Idol, she did her new single, and I think it was Let's Get Loud, one of her other really good songs. But her new song was called I Ain't Your Mama.
Right.
And it was about, like, I'm not going to pick up your dirty laundry, I ain't your mama.
Oh. Right.
I mean, it's not really up there with Bohemian Rhapsody.
No,
but,
probably not.
I mean, it's just not very good. Number 2, I completely understand.
Yeah.
Because just its face, I just want to smack it until it stops looking at everyone. Kristen Stewart.
Oh, she's annoying.
Oh, it's an annoying little face, isn't it? You just want to beat it and just...
she's just not a very good actress, I don't think.
Exactly.
I can't stand her, and I can't stand the Twilight films as well, and I think you put both of those together and it just makes a horrible, horrible mess of hatred, and it's just no good, is it?
I mean, I honestly do believe that Twilight, although dragged out, although too teeny... I like the idea behind the film and the book of sort of werewolves, vampires, love story. If she sort of gets bitten by him, she'll become one, and all that kind of weird shit. Yeah. It didn't need to go on for that many films, and it's
That's the thing. I was going through my vampire phase at the time. I quite like True Blood. I do love the whole fantasy and that side of things, and I was quite looking forward to seeing them. And I don't know whether it was her or whether it was him as well, but just the whole mix was just, or whether it was just the story. I just thought, this is very teeny. I suppose it is aimed at that sort of age group, isn't it? And I suppose I probably missed that, but I did not enjoy it. It was like pulling teeth watching the films.
Yeah, but I think recast with people that you actually don't want to punch the screen at. Yeah. I mean, and if that was done, and if it was directed better and written better, then I think the idea is there. So essentially, if they changed the film completely, then I might have liked it.
No, you might be on something there, definitely.
Yeah. number one surprised me the most.
Okay.
But some of the comments on this, when I looked, they were raw.
Okay.
It's Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh, do you know what? I'm not surprised that she's
Can you
on
let
the
me in on this?
list.
Because I always thought she was nice.
No, she's a bit she's a bit pretentious, I believe.
See, that's what it said, because they said that even her website was like, "Oh, I lead this clean life and I'm wonderful." And
Yeah.
I thought, well, that's not enough to put you at number one above Kanye.
Yeah, I've heard she's annoying.
Yeah.
Very much.
I think I need to research into that one because I'd like to know why she's so disliked. Because I've always liked her. I mean, I know she did what they call doing a Gwyneth now when she did that whole "oh, I can't believe I've won,"
Yeah.
you know, like on the award show thing. I mean, that was a bit annoying, but not enough to put her above Bieber. I think I'd get on quite well with Gwyneth Paltrow.
I've got a funny feeling you probably would, to be honest.
I think that we could go to a Pompous cafe.
Yep.
We could sit macchiato.
Yep.
We could give evil eyes to children that come in with their parents that don't know how to, parent.
God.
And we could put the world to rights.
I've just actually found quite a good quote even from her.
Oh, it's going to be something like "people should die" or something now, isn't it? All children are evil.
No, she said, "I'd rather smoke crack than eat cheese from a tin."
Mate, I didn't even know cheese came in a tin.
It does in America, I think. It's not something we do here, but yeah, apparently it comes in a tin.
See, I'm still liking it. I don't know, maybe that's wrong.
So,
It's like, I mean, I suppose it's the equivalent of having cheese from a tube. Like, I wouldn't necessarily say I'd rather have crack, but it ain't great. And I think maybe that's the moral we need to take from this.
right. Wow, you're actually coming on side with Gwyneth Paltrow.
So I think my version of that would be I'd rather stub my little toe than eat cheese from a tube.
That's a much better version. Well done.
I'm going to tweet that.
Oh gosh, I'll retweet it.
So, like, there's some people that hated, and I don't know why. So for me, like Gwyneth Paltrow and Anne Hathaway, I don't really get it. And another one is Julia Roberts.
I don't get why she's annoying, really.
No, I mean, she's done some pretty good films, like Notting Hill, Pretty Woman. They're good films.
Yeah.
So I don't know what she's done
Is it
that
her
makes
acting though, or is it her as a person?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know her personally, but if she would eat cheese from a can as well, then I think we'd get on.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys would.
Another one is Davina McCall.
Oh, really?
I really liked her on Big Brother. I've not seen her anything since, but I liked her on that.
She's all right.
And I mean, these are sort of ones that I can understand why people dislike them, but I don't understand why they dislike them so much. Tom Cruise.
Oh, he's annoying.
He is annoying with his old Scientology and all that, but he doesn't.
No, he needs to be on the list.
All right, we'll put him on the list. Britney Spears.
Yeah, she's annoying. She just annoys me because she's a product, isn't she?
She is.
She's very just poppy, and I don't like her.
So my doing the whole Britney Spears dancing and all that at school, that didn't change your mind?
No, it's like daggers in my eyes.
Okay. We covered Anne Hathaway. Another one is Bono from U2. People really don't like him.
Yeah, but he's a bit pretentious, isn't he, I believe?
Yeah.
So I've heard.
I mean, there's two that, I understand them a bit more now. I used to really like Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, mate.
Or Shia LaBeouf, or whatever his name is. I used to like him, but mate, don't be so pretentious to sit there in the cinema watching your own films back to back. We don't care.
Yeah, no, we don't. We really don't.
And the whole putting a bag on your head, I'm not famous anymore. It's like, well, shut up.
Exactly.
And the other one is John Travolta.
Okay, I'm not quite sure why he would have made the list. I don't particularly enjoy his films. I mean, mind you, he's done a few good films that I've really enjoyed. One of my...
Yeah, I mean, everyone likes Grease.
Oh, yeah. But one of my guilty pleasures in life that I don't like to admit to too many people, because I don't really like 80s films. I think they're just they're full of fucking cheese.
Yeah.
And
from a can?
Yeah, the spray cheese is not good. But I really, really like Face Off with Nicolas Cage and.
Oh mate, there's two people that people
I
don't
know
like.
it's really bad.
I've never seen it.
It's not a good film, but I don't know why. But for some reason, I just if it's on, I'm like, oh, I'll just leave it on this channel. Yay! I like this film.
God,
I know.
I mean, people really hated on him when he was. Was it the Oscars? It was something, and he had to introduce Idina Menzel.
All right.
And he came out. I mean, it was for Frozen. Like she was getting an award,
Yeah.
or she was about to perform, and he said, "And up next is Adele Dazeem."
Oh.
I mean, you had one job.
Yeah.
I mean, get her name right. Give the woman that credit at least.
Yeah, but I don't think that's. I mean, that's a simple human mistake, isn't it? You can't put someone on a list for that, can you?
So, who's your person that you're putting on the list?
Well,
Putting in room 101 even.
I originally had Kanye West. He really, really annoys me. But I've been thinking since we started this episode, someone that does really annoy me is Donald Trump.
Yeah.
I can't. The things that he comes out with, I can't understand why he has a following. I really don't get it. Yeah, so I can't decide out of those two. They both equally annoy me.
So West or Trump?
I think Trump because he has the potential to do more damage.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, mind you, if Kanye's running for president in 2020, that's also slightly.
Did you hear that? Like, well, we probably did because it was like everywhere. He asked Mark Zuckerberg for like so many billion or something.
Yeah. That's funny.
I mean,
what an idiot!
What a twat!
Yeah. So,
I mean, I had to pick someone that annoys me more than Kanye and Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
And this is, I mean, Kanye and all that lot, they're annoying in the respect that they've got this platform and they do nothing but use it for bad.
Yeah.
And, it's never, oh, have you heard Kanye's new song? It's great. It's, oh, Kanye did this and he's been a twat because he said that and I'm the greatest living legend and all that kind of bollocks.
Yeah.
The person that I've chosen isn't like that in the respect of, he's using his platform. It's the fact that he keeps getting away with so much and yet being made more famous for it and given a platform on something bad to begin with. Kanye West was famous to begin with because he used to make pretty good music.
I'll take your word for that.
I mean, some of his old stuff, I mean, it was alright. I quite liked it. I mean, but I'm not even going to give it the time of day now because of what he's like.
Yeah.
I would never dream of listening to his new album because I wouldn't like to put money in his account. I can't stand it. But this person that I've chosen, he's a racist.
Yeah.
You know who I've picked.
I do.
He's arrogant. He's arrogant for no reason.
Yeah.
He's been banned from British television, and yet now he gets more work than he's ever had.
Yeah.
And that's Jeremy Clarkson.
Yeah, he's not done himself any favours recently, has he?
I mean, he's been openly racist. It's too much. And, I was glad when he got banned from the BBC. But then again, it's done him nothing but favours because now he promotes Amazon.
That's true.
He's got his own TV show with Amazon. He's constantly in the paper doing this and doing that. And you know what? He doesn't deserve it. And it's really beginning to piss me off that he gets such a platform. And yet it's one thing when you do bad with the platform, but he's doing nothing with it apart from being racist and stuff. And it really annoys me.
Yeah, I did used to like him quite a bit. I used to enjoy reading his old
the World According to Clarkson and all that.
Yeah, I did. And even his when he used to write in the Sun as well, didn't he? I think, which should have said it all really.
Yeah, I mean he did used to be a journalist, didn't he? So
well, yes, as far as I'm aware, he still is a bit. Yeah, I don't know. He has been very lucky, I think, where if that was a member of the public and we had punched someone or we'd done this in our job, then yes, we would have lost our job. We wouldn't have then got a better job or an equally as good job, and the fame he's got from this as well.
I mean, and let's be honest, he got the new job within hours.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. He's such a catch, and with the other two as well going with him, it's
Yeah.
I mean, the BBC did the right decision by getting rid of him, but he did bring in the audiences, didn't he, for them?
Yeah.
Which is,
But I mean, if you just look at it on paper, if one of us went out and said the N word,
yeah,
that would be it.
oh yeah, of course.
And if anyone else in the public eye said that, they wouldn't get away with it.
No, that's true.
But because it's Jeremy Clarkson, oh well, that's all right.
Mm.
And that really annoys me.
Yeah, no, I'll allow that. I'll allow that.
Oh, I'm surprised you allowed that. I thought you'd sort of know with that one.
No, he's gone too far. Too far, Jeremy.
He's crossed that line.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm gonna check my old list, make sure that I've got.
So in room 101, we've got Jeremy Clarkson sat next to Donald Trump.
That'd be an interesting
Quite an interesting, yeah. I've got a couple that sort of almost made it.
Oh, actually, I have got one that almost made it. So go on then, yeah.
Go on, you do your one.
Well, it goes back to. Well, I've had to get the bus a fair bit recently, and it's going back to the buses, and I don't like it. It's annoying, but it's not 100% annoying that it would have made it onto my list. But when you're on a bus and it's going to its final stop, there's only one stop left. That's where the bus is going to stop. There's no need to push the button. Why push the button? I hate people that will push the button when it's going to stop anyway because there's no more stops. Why are they pushing the button? What's the point in pushing the fucking button?
And people that have clearly heard the button's already been pressed but then push it again anyway because they're getting off.
Yeah, that is annoying. Seriously.
Do you know what's also annoying? When kids are on the bus and they constantly push that button until the bus stops.
I hate it so much.
Do you know what I would do if I was a bus driver and someone did that? I would emergency stop so fast that the kid flew out the fucking window of the bus.
Mate, can't do that to children. We have to like them.
Talking about... Yeah. Nah, they're going in the room. Talking of public transport, something that nearly made my list is the increase in train prices.
Oh, yeah, that's annoying.
It's just too much.
Every single year, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nah. I've been looking for jobs and stuff like that, and I think, that's not bad, for London, I'm close enough. And then I think, do you know what? Fucking hell, paying the train fares, I might as well be working in fucking, I don't know, the caff down the road.
Yeah, exactly. Got a couple more. This is quite a specific one. It's the human who thought that the Dexter finale was a good idea.
Now, I've not seen this, but I've heard of it, and refresh my memory if you don't mind.
Well, I love Dexter.
Yes, I did.
I love the whole idea of the programme. I thought was brilliant. And it had good seasons and it had weak seasons. And then it had some seasons that would really stand out. But for people, the whole story of Dexter is that he's a serial killer that you sort of understand and you sort of still like him anyway. And, the whole thing is that, every season, is he going to get caught? Yeah. No. Is he going to get caught? No. But you like the programme enough to keep going on and think, well, in the end, it will heat up and something will happen. Yeah. Spoilers. Season 7, his sister finds out, finally. And then, that sort of season is her knowing and coming to terms with it and things like that. And then she finally does or whatever. But season 8, I always figured it was going to be, this big season where everyone found out about him. It would be a big manhunt for him, or people would start working it out and putting it together. But there was none of that. Instead, it was just this stupid storyline where his mum finally came into it out of nowhere. Right. Expected you to care about this character, and yet no one cared about her. The last episode, they kill off his sister for no reason.
Right.
And then it's just the very final thing was just that, he says goodbye to the only bit of a normal family he's ever made, gets on a boat and drives it into a tornado.
What?
Yeah. And then you think, okay, that's it, that's the ending. Fucking shit, but, it's the ending. Then, for no reason, it just launches to a couple of months later, and he's got a beard, and he's working as a lumberjack, and he sits down in this little building thing, and then that finishes. So what was all that about driving into a tornado?
drove into a tornado.
Yeah, there was like this whole thing happening, and there was a storm, and he decided to drive into it, or so we thought. But then we see him a couple of months later with a beard.
That's
It was just the
weird.
most unthought out, bollocky ending to a
Didn't
program.
he also?
And
Go on.
whoever thought that was a good idea, and he'd shoot him because it was such a slap in the face to the people that had watched it for 8 seasons.
Didn't they get it on him and his sister?
There was a sort of, yeah, like as odd as that storyline sounds to anyone that doesn't know. I mean, they weren't brother and sister. He was adopted, so they weren't, legally and biologically brother and sister.
No, but they had grown up together for.
They had, but it wasn't so much that they wanted to get it on. It was more a case of she started to sort of admire him in a weird way, and she had to go to counselling for it. And then the counsellor said to her, have you ever considered the fact that you could be attracted to him? And then she sort of battled with that for a little while, and then that phased out into nothing. So it was really odd.
Okay.
I mean, I sort of liked that story because it put another layer onto their sort of relationship, and you thought, well, where's this going?
Yeah. And
it went nowhere. Like, it just stopped, and they just stopped writing that story, and it was just really odd. And the whole ending of the hurricane and the tornado, I was fucking stupid.
That does sound weird.
I mean, for the fact, imagine this, like, it ended the same day as Breaking Bad.
Oh, yeah.
So not only did I just sit and watch one of the best finales ever, I then sat and watched the world's worst finale ever. And it was just unbelievable.
Oh dear.
Another one that made it to my list. There's a quick one because I think you got to just agree with it. Breastfeeding in public.
Oh mate, no.
Why?
Because it's completely natural.
Right. I was glad you said those words because they are the words that piss me off the most about it. So is having a shit, but I'm not going to do that while you're eating your pie.
Well, no, but you're feeding your child. It's no different from doing that and...
Well, I'm only excavating my bowel. That's no different.
Well, yeah, it is though. You're not feeding the toilet, are you?
Yeah, but I'm doing something that's human that I've got to do. If I didn't do it, I'd be full of shit.
But
I am most of the time, but still.
Places to go for stuff like that.
Exactly. And there's places to go for you to feed your child with your...
Where?
Toilets.
So you want a woman to go sit in some skanky toilet and feed her baby.
Mate, I don't want to see a boob while I'm eating
food in the toilet.
Mate,
no, you don't, do you?
I ain't getting parts of my body out. So in that respect then, if that's the moral that we're going on, of that it's natural and that you shouldn't do it in a toilet. If I'm sat in in Weatherspoons and everyone's sitting there having a meal and she flaps her boob out so she can feed her kid, it would be perfectly logical and okay for me to flap my dick out on the table and say, oh, I'm just giving it an airing.
Well, no, because that makes no sense. You're not feeding the table, are you? What's wrong with you? Oh, now don't get me wrong. I don't like it when people do that. I think I can't help but go, look over there.
It's a boob.
Exactly. I'm a child. I can't help it.
There's different levels of it. Like, I get that the kid's got to eat. That's fine. I get that it's got to be done that way. That's fine. I'm not necessarily asking you to go and sit in a toilet, but at least, think ahead. Mm-hmm. Bring a poncho. Bring something that you can put on. Bring a bit of old curtain, bring an old flannel that you don't use anymore, an old bath towel, and cover up what you're doing.
I think...
Because we don't need to see it.
See, that's the thing. I think we've got to be... Yes, it's completely natural, and you should be able to sit and feed your child. But then on the other hand, you have to be aware that if you're in a public place, people may not necessarily feel comfortable with that going on. Like, I don't know why, but it's just human nature, isn't it? Can't help it. So you have to be either we just choose to ignore it, look the other way for a bit, or you can bring cloths, can't you, to put over the baby's head and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I do sort of see it the same as me saying, look away for a bit, I'm going to get my dick out. It's sort of the same to me because it's a body part being exposed for whatever reason. I mean, knocking one out is perfectly natural. All men do it. It's perfectly normal. So if I want to do that, in the middle of
Because
Wagamama, then that is fine.
Sexual. There is nothing.
It's not sexual. A man has to
whacking it out.
spread his seed. A man has to do
into
it.
The fucking noodles, okay? Oh God, you're giving me a headache. I feel like I've had to fight you a lot on this episode about this.
I like the idea that in room 101 we've got Jeremy Clarkson sat there, Donald Trump, and just one woman with her tit out. Why are you here?
She's not going in the room. She's not going in there, okay?
No, these are almost made it anyway, so I decided to keep her up. Something that you definitely will want to put in,
okay,
is
I need to lie down.
Oh God, mate! If ever you have a kid, there is no way.
I'm getting them both out. I'm gonna squirt them up the fucking wall.
You want to have twins on purpose, and you can do it.
Yes, exactly. Bring cats along.
Up the walls. Jesus Christ! I've got so many images right now. Just us sat in Wetherspoons and you decorating the walls with your breast milk. Anyway, bringing it back a bit.
Whacking out in the noodles.
Just your cats walking around. What the fuck's going on? Oh. Anyway. Another one that almost made it. Attention seekers on Facebook, Instagram, that kind of thing.
I've had a really bad day. Oh, what's wrong? I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, well, shut the fuck up and go to bed
That's
then.
Annoying.
And other people that say, oh, so excited for the weekend. What are you doing? Oh, I'm glad you've asked. I'm doing this, and I've been lucky enough to get tickets to that. It's like, shut up. Some of us are just going to be crying into our egg pasta. Leave us alone. Don't put that on Facebook, do you?
Never to have pasta with you, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You watch, if ever we're out and someone gets a boob out, I'm going to just look at you and be like, hey.
If you start undoing your trousers, I ain't going to be impressed.
And if you start getting them out and looking at painting like, this could be improved.
I'm just wiggling them about, throwing them around.
Well, you do that most of the time anyway. Right, my last one that almost made it. Yeah. And to be honest, it was a toss-up between this and people who like to spoil TV shows. They're not related, but this, I would almost call this number 6 because it really fucking aggravates me. Stupid questions during interviews.
Okay, yeah, I'm with you there.
I was looking for a job about a year ago and I applied for BT.
All right.
And I don't mind calling them out because their recruitment system, if you can call it that, was fucking mental. You had to do a maths test before you even applied. Right. Then you had to do some sort of, how quick can you answer this kind of test. Then you had to send them your CV. Then they called you for a telephone interview.
Yeah.
Then you had to do 3 more tests, all to do with, phone calls and all weird shit like that. Finally got through all of that. Well, I mean, this took like a week. And then it was, okay, come in and, have a face-to-face interview.
Yeah.
And all this was to be like a tele-salesperson. I go to the interview, the double doors to start with, they were locked.
Right.
And she said, don't knock on the front doors because they're not the main doors, they're around the side. So I'm walking around the building, I can't get in. Eventually, the barrier thing goes up where the cars can go through. So I just run through there. I go in the back and end up in the restaurant bit. So I'm like, how do I get to BT? And they're like, well, the whole building is BT. What department do you want? And I said, well, the recruitment bit. You need to go through this door. So, and it's all little buildings and departments and meh. And eventually, I just got caught walking around and this person said, where are you going? I don't know. Help. Eventually they walked me there and this woman came down and said, okay, we're going to go through some questions now. And the most annoying question you can ever ask is, what will you bring to this job? And I so feel like saying, well, me lunch. What more do you expect me to bring? Like, you'll be lucky if I turn up on most days. Like, don't expect me to bring nothing. And it's like, I know they want you to sit there and say, I'm attentive, I'm very good at this and I'll do that. But it's bollocks because anything I'm telling you, I've only read it off of a website on ideas of things to say in an interview. It's not me talking.
Well, that's true.
When what will I bring to work? It will be, roughly about I'll work at about 30% ability, on any given day. if you put too much strain, I might have a bit of a breakdown. I'll need a nap. You know, make sure you got coffee on tap. And then I might do the job. But stupid questions. And then, what's your biggest weakness? Eczema. Do you know what I mean? Like, what do you want me to say to you? Like, what more can I give you?
No,
like,
I know that's true.
They want you to say, oh, I'm not very good at spell checker or some shit like that.
I've got a bit of a theft issue, actually.
Yeah, exactly. My mother's a psychopath. What can you do about that? Like, they want you basically to admit the one thing that they're going to have to keep an eye on if they employ you. And I don't like that. So, like, it's just so annoying, so annoying. And then, like, after all of that, she said, well, the position is for a week today.
Yeah.
That's when it starts. That's when you would have to start. We're happy for you to start. You've passed everything that we've asked you to do. The hoops that we've asked you to jump through. We're happy to employ you. You can start a week today. All we need is a copy of your full birth certificate. Right. And I said, well, I know what a full birth certificate is, but I've only got the basic sort of A5 size one. It's like the little small one. Yeah. Her exact words were, oh, well, we can't employ you then, I'm afraid.
Really? Why is that? Why?
And I said, why? And she said, well, we need the full one for immigration control. And I said, well, I'm actually not from Nigeria, so you haven't got to worry. I was born here. You can tell that. What is the issue? And she said, well, we need it for our records just to make sure. And I don't think you're going to be able to get one in a week.
Wow. Go through all
and
that.
And at that point, I literally went, okay, fair enough. I forgot to mention my biggest weakness is that I like knives, so get out of the way. And just left. I was really pissed off when I did that.
Yeah, that would be annoying.
And it put you off. I mean, looking for work is a fucking stressful time.
Yeah.
You've got to fill out everyone's application forms, fill in all the same crap, send them your CV and pretend that you've got 4 A stars in this and 3 Bs in that, It's just annoying.
Yeah.
You know what they should do in job interview scenarios is say, what grade did you get in maths? While they're holding a copy of your CV.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, because no one tells the truth.
Oh, see, I try to, actually.
Yeah.
I do, honestly, but I haven't actually had to look for a job for, 8 years until now.
Hey, how's that going, by the way?
I haven't actually started yet.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, you see, I'm still good. I'm still good for a little bit, so...
What are you going to say when they say, what will you bring to this job?
I'm going to bring my winning personality. You're welcome. And, yeah, let them know they're really getting someone, someone decent.
I thought you were going to say, I'll bring my cats.
I'd love to. I don't think they'd help me in my job, though, because I'd be like, hello, I'm new. Have you met Black Cat? We
did the Mother's special a couple of weeks ago now, and there's a story that I can attach to the whole sort of stupid job question things. She got offered a job at somewhere, and they said, well, we do the interviews in sort of batch interviews, which that's another thing.
Yeah,
they're stupid. An interview is supposed to be a one-on-one thing, so you can look at some particular person and think, will they suit this job? To get an idea of each person really quickly, they asked each person to bring an item that represented them.
Oh, God.
What sort of a question is that?
Yeah, that's annoying. That's really annoying. I hate stuff like that. I hate group anything. It's just, I do not shine in those circumstances. Like, I'm good. I can work with people. I'm fine, but that initial meeting someone and then meeting all these random other people and trying to sell yourself in front of these people, I've never been very good at that.
Yeah, the other people that you're trying to beat to get this job, and you're sat next to them like some sort of dodgy employment Hunger game. And like they told me mum to bring an item, and she phoned me and said, I've got to go for an interview, and I said, right, I've got to take an item that represents me, and I said to her, well, why don't you take the wardrobe you style? No, and I said to her, well, what am I going to take? And she went, I'm going to take a tin of polish and tell them about my OCD for cleaning.
Right.
And that's probably not best if you take that. And she went, all right, well, I'll have a think. Anyway, she went to the interview, and I said to her, what did you take in the end? And she said, I took an onion.
Oh, why? Why?
They were my words. And she said, because... and like I had vivid visions of her sat in a room with other people and just her holding an onion And then she said, "This onion represents me because I too have many layers."
Right. She's doing the whole Shrek thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, she's not seen Shrek. She was just being a twat. It's lucky that Shrek did it as well. But just,
no, that's
out of curiosity, what would you take?
Am I allowed to take a living animal?
Can't take your cats.
So I had to take something to represent me.
Yeah, something that if I looked at it, I'd say that reminds me of Alice. Like for me, I would take a cup of coffee.
Yeah, that's true. What would I?
In the same way that a crack addict would take a pipe, you know?
Oh, bugger! What would I take? Something that represents me.
You could take the cat litter tray.
Why would I take that?
Say, I've got cats and I'm full of shit.
Fucking idiot.
Oh god, you could go and just get your boob out and say, "I'm for breast milk." You know, like I'm all for breastfeeding in public.
Yeah, sure.
And I can just go and flat my cock out and say, "I'm airing it out." It's all right.
Do you know what? Maybe I'd take a notebook. I like a notebook, and you know, yesterday we bought a notebook each. It wasn't until I got home that I realised I've got like 500 notebooks. Oh.
Yeah. Can you add to that it was a brand new released Game of Thrones notebook, because otherwise we sound really fucking lame that we went to London and bought notebooks.
Yeah, but from Forbidden Planet, guys. Come on.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Well, cool notebook.
I'm scared to write in it because
I'm gonna draw in it soon.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah. So maybe I'll take that, but I don't know. Actually, I might just take a jar of Nutella. I really like Nutella.
Oh fucking hell.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. And a spoon as well though, so I can eat it while they're talking to me.
Oh, you can only take one.
Bugger. Oh, I'll just use my fingers. It's fine.
Oh, so you've got my mum in one corner with her onion, and you fingering a jar of Nutella in the other.
Yeah, I do like
Jesus.
Nutella.
And me drinking coffee in the other corner.
Exactly, like crack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we've covered a lot of hate.
We have.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think what I'm going to actually keep in this one, who I'm not going to offend.
Mate, you got to keep it all in.
Yeah, might do. I'll be like, James, I'm afraid I've had to cut out 95% of what you said. I would like to add something else to my list that really annoys me. Right, on Twitter, when someone follows you, and the polite thing to do is follow them back, and then when you later check your follower list, they've
unfollowed you. Yeah.
That fucking annoys me. But you know what I do?
Yeah.
I don't care how long it takes me. I'll go through my list, see who's unfollowed me, and unfollow them.
God.
Yeah. I ain't got a job. I can do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Sorry. Just annoys me.
Yep.
So, shall we end it there?
Do you know what else annoys me, actually? I've just had another quick thought. I went to a wedding recently.
Oh, yes.
And, I was asked to give the speech.
Yeah.
I just sort of felt like I couldn't say no.
Yeah, you can't really, can you? Well, do you know what? I don't like wedding invitations. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not that social, so I don't get them like that often, but I have recently...
Until your cats get married, you ain't got to worry.
They're not getting married.
So I'll
okay. So yeah, I've recently got one, and the wording on it is, Mr. and Mrs. Angela Smith invites blah blah and blah blah to the amazing ceremony at Disneyland Paris or whatever. You see, if it was me, I'd be like, alright, what's your email? Right, thanks. Okay. Want to come to my wedding? It's here. Can you make it? Great. That's it. Done. Yeah. That's if I invite anyone.
I recently got married.
You do, congratulations.
Thank you. And I didn't do any of that. I didn't even send emails. I phoned you and said, "Do you want to come?" Yeah, all right. And then I said to, this other woman who's I ended up going to her wedding, I said to her, "Do you want to come?" Yeah, all right. That was it. I just, I phoned him the day before and said, "You still coming?" Yep. Okay. Cool.
People make too much of these things.
And I made it a thing. I said to everyone, there is no dress code. I say everyone, there were two other people there. I said, no dress code. Do not wear a suit. Do not wear a dress. Just wear casual clothes. I didn't want to wear a suit, and neither of us did, because I don't think that that is weddings. I mean, it's different if you've got a big family and they're all
Yeah.
coming and stuff like that. Then I suppose it's a momentous day. You want to get dressed and things like that. But I weren't about that.
No.
And luckily, the guy that I married ain't about all that either. So it was nice. But there was such judgment. When I said to people, they said, "Oh, what kind of suit you wearing?" I said, "Well, I'm not actually. I'm just going to wear a pair of jeans and a shirt." And it was like, what? It was like I'd breastfed in public. The looks that I got, seriously, it was, oh no, you got to wear a suit. You got to wear a suit. And they had me thinking, shall I wear a suit just because I'm getting married?
You know what? That's the thing. It's people are they don't take into account what you want for a wedding. Like when I was previously engaged, and I was, I suppose it was quite recent when I got engaged, and I told my mum and that, and I was sitting there thinking about who I could invite. Now, if it's down to me, I'd invite the other half parents, brothers. That's it. I'd invite my mum, my brother. That's it, to be honest. And oh yes, sort of you. Well, yeah, you're a given. You're walking me down the aisle. Jokes.
Yeah, good save.
But yeah, and that would literally be it. No one else. I don't want anyone else there. But then when I was sitting there going through the list with my mum, I was like, oh, she's like, well, you'll have to invite him. Well, I ain't seen him for 10 years. Yeah, but he's Auntie Meryl's cousin's next door neighbour's dog walker. I'm like, yeah, but I don't know who that is,
Yeah, exactly.
I hate all that side of it, that you can't just do your own thing. And when I said to people at work, I was like, I'm thinking about having a themed wedding. And there's a particular woman who is Russian, and she said to me, oh no, Alice, no, you can't have a themed wedding. And I was like, yeah, but it's going to be a Halloween theme. It's going to be so good. There's going to be skulls on the table. And she's like, oh.
The red wedding playing as you're walking in, the Rains of Castamere.
No, I'm a fucking Stark. Yeah. Why would I have that shit playing?
Do you know what? That was the one thing that we nearly did put into our wedding.
Really?
Yeah, and the only reason we didn't is because, Ted's brother would have got the reference and laughed at it. But the woman that came, like my friend, she wouldn't have got the reference. So she would have just sat there and thought, the fuck is that? What is this? Like, why is everyone suddenly laughing and I'm not getting it? And yeah, I mean, it was a gay wedding anyway, so it was already weird. But like, do you know what the funny thing was? My other half has got like a foreign name. Like he's from Albania, so there's like an odd name, and they invited us up. Well, they invited us up separately. Literally minutes before we actually said the bit and all that. And they said, "Oh, just for the sort of bit of paper, how do you actually say? Because obviously I'm going to ask you, do you so and so take so and so to be your husband, or whatever. How do you actually pronounce his second name?" And I said, "Oh, I don't know." Oh. The looks on their faces, because it's an odd name, and I've still not really got it down to pat myself, and it's been nigh on 3 years now, and it's just you could tell by the look on her face.
I can understand that. To be fair, I mean, if you definitely just turned around and went, "Oh, I don't know," it does come across a bit like, right, you know who you're marrying, though, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
But it all went well.
Yes, I'm glad.
But what I like the one. Well, I've got two memories actually of the wedding. The first one was Ted saying, "Do you reckon McDonald's will still be open afterwards for us to go and get a breakfast?" And the second was that we had a cake made for us, and we got we left for the registry office at 10 o'clock. We got married at 10:30, and Ted was in bed in his pajamas eating the wedding cake by 11.
Love it.
And I've got a picture of that, and there's pictures of us with the confetti out the back and all that rubbish, and in the actual ceremony, but my hair looked really bad, so I don't like looking at any of them. And the one picture that I will take from that is him in the bed eating cake with this shocked look on his face, like, I've been caught.
Well, see, that's
a
nice. Yeah, that's your memory of the day, your special memory, isn't it? Not all that pretend confetti shit. And how often do you have flowers thrown at you?
Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't have had confetti, but it's just the woman that came, whose wedding I went to, I've got to throw the confetti, and then it's like face full of it. Oh shit, fucking hell! What expecting that?
Yeah, no,
mate, that's an episode we should do. We should plan your wedding.
You know I'm not engaged, right?
Yeah, but still, it don't matter. We should plan your wedding.
Yeah, I'm down for that. That's going to be some freaky show that I'm planning.
Oh, fucking hell. But if anyone breastfeeds during it, I'm afraid I'm going to have to leave.
Actually, the main part.
That's the theme. You've got to breastfeed during.
Yeah, I'm going to get the feet priest lady to do it. Both of them, though. Like, get both boobs out. Squirt.
Okay. Squirt.
She's going to spell out marry me in, what's it called?
Oh, this is just wrong.
I might cut that bit out.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, the ring's not quite getting on the finger. Oh, don't worry, I can use this. There you go, it's on there.
God, it's dusty.
Yeah, cut that bit.
I think I'll have to.
I think we covered a lot of
I think so. I feel a lot better. I feel lighter as a person.
Yeah, same. I feel like I've lifted a lot of breasts off of my shoulders.
Yeah, I feel like I've got a lot of coffee out my system.
Oh, mate, love coffee.
Yeah, I know you do. It's annoying.
So next week...
Also, I don't like...
Oh, yes. Oh, God.
Like, if we go to a coffee shop, like me and you, and you're like, are you getting a coffee? And I'll be like, no, I'll just get a Coke. And you look at me as if, like, come to a coffee shop, buy a fucking Coke. And then I give you a look like, yeah, but I don't fucking like coffee that much. And you keep ramming it down my fucking throat.
Where else am I supposed to put it?
Anywhere.
You can't go to a coffee shop.
Well, don't take me to a coffee shop then, okay?
And buy a bottled water.
Don't take me to a coffee shop then. Take me anywhere else.
We've got to go to a coffee shop because I need to feed the addiction. Would you rather I was a crack addict?
Sometimes.
So next week, I think we need to step away from the hatred, just a tad. And we've discussed this already. You're going to do 20 questions for me, and I'm going to do 20 questions for you. And they're going to be sort of personal, but only in the respect of it's going to tell us more about each other.
Okay, yeah.
I've got 8 so far, but if we do 20, I think that'll be quite an interesting one. Mm-hmm. You're going to have a couple of, like, I don't know, Iron Man or Thor, like that kind of thing. Okay. And then maybe some further ones where it's more involved, and, you know, maybe I'll give you some scenarios as well. Oh. Like, what would you do if?
Okay, all right then. I think, I have got so far 13 questions for you, which I think some of them are quite like. Some of them I might have to change, but... Sorry.
God. Rightio.
Shall we leave it there then?
I think we should, because if we carry on, you know, I could offend a whole other group of people.
I'd just like to apologise to everybody now. James's views
are
purely James's views.
All right,
okay,
then.
mate.
Okie doke.
So,
well, next week then, isn't it, really? All right.
So, if you enjoyed the episode, Ted, be sure to like and share the video. That'd be great.
Yep. Yeah, get it out there.
And if not, keep it to yourself, okay?
Yeah.
Shall we leave it there then?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Bye, mate.
Bye.